Afternoon, Binksy here. I'm just making this video. I've had a quick request to do a tutorial on how to use the Airwave Ryobi guns here. So I've got the three guns, got the framing nailer, medium rad nailer or finishing nailer, and the staple gun here. So I'll just run you through how to load the nails in the three guns and how to unload them when they're finished, and what options they have with the guns here. So I might as well start with the big framing nailer. I've used this framing nailer, it's worked quite well. Again, if you watch my other videos, I'm only really a hobbyist handyman kind of guy. I don't use it as a trade, so if you're using your gun a lot more than what you are, what I am, I would get something a bit better quality. However, this has been fantastic for me. So the first thing I'll talk about is just, there's two types of nailer guns that you can get for the framing nails in particular. Is either a contact or a bump nailer, or they call this one is a sequential fire nail gun. So sequential fire means that the tip here, just getting a bit closer, the tip must be pushed up against the wood and then the trigger pressed to fire the nail. Now it won't fire again until you release the trigger and move the gun and then push the front part in again, just like that. Now other more expensive guns as well might have a bump, what they call a bump or a contact firing option as well, where it simply will fire every time the gun has the tip compressed. So this gun in particular is just a sequential fire. Now to load the nails into this particular gun, one thing I'll note is it does have little numbers. If it zooms in and focuses on there we go, it says there's the number 1 there and number 2, it's on a bit of an angle there, upside down. You can understand what it means. So number 1 simply means attaching the air hose onto the bottom of the gun, and number 2 is bringing this clip all the way down, and then number 3, incorrect. Number 2 is putting the nails into the slide here. So make sure you put them in the right way, so the same angle as what the gun is going to fire them. They simply slide in like that. Right, and you'll notice there's a little clip that holds the nails up from falling back out. And then number 3 up the top here is simply pulling it all the way down. It goes past the nails. This little clip here then comes in contact with the back of the nails and holds the nails in place like that. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and show you the nailing action. Alright, I've just got a bit of scrap sleeper wood here. One thing I should mention as well, when you're choosing the nails to use, obviously they come in different lengths, is how deep and size you want the nail. So if you imagine the nail is going in just past the wood, it's going to come out, it's a bit of a bad, there you go, it's going to come out that far. Now once you've decided the nail you need, get your nail gun, and you need to compress it, push it down. Remember, it's not a bump or contact action, it's sequential. Pushes it down, and that nailer is then nailed. We'll focus in on that. It's nailed, and you can see it's probably gone about 4mm into the wood for this particular wood. This is just a soft pine sleeper, and to come out the other end. So that's where you would be attaching the other piece of timber. All right. Once you've finished with your nailer, a bit loud, okay, and you no longer want your nails in the gun, you pull this what you would call it, what holds it in place down, and you'll notice that this little lever here will lift up, allowing the nails to come past the stop. Just slide the nails down. Now depress this next lever so the nails can slide past, and your nails are now being removed from the nail gun. Alright, I'll just move the camera back and we'll move on to the next gun. Alright, the next nail gun here. Now one thing I forgot to mention about the other guns as well is the piece in the back. That's just directing where the air is going to be released when you press the trigger on the nail gun. So you can just angle it off. And the other function that both guns have is let's focus that again, little control here, plus and minus of the strength of the air that you want to push the nail in. If you find that the nail is not pushing in far enough, you can turn the air up, or if it's too much, you can turn the air down. Okay, so for loading this particular nail gun, it's got the numbers again, number 1, number 2, which means this lever on the back. Push it and it slides down, opening up the recess where you can put the nails, which also has a number 3 there. So you choose the nail length that you wish to use, and it simply slides in like that, and then you push the slide back up. Let me set it in properly. There we go. And then it clips in place, and that is the release at the bottom there. If this gun, so this gun has the same function. You have to push the gun down onto the piece of wood that you want to shoot the nail into. If you don't, pulling the trigger will do nothing. Once you've done it and you have the air hooked up, pulling the trigger will then shoot the nail in. If you do have a jam with this particular gun, there is a clip on the top of the gun here. Now I'm just going to be careful opening up because it is spring loaded. So I'll just try and slowly release this like that. And then the nails released out there. That's not how you unload the gun, but if you do have a jam, you can use the lever on the top. Alright, it's going to close it back up. I'll just load the gun back up again. And I'll show you the fire on this gun. It's just another piece of scrap wood. Simply to press the gun on the piece of wood you want to nail. And a lot quieter. And it's a lot nicer nail for the smaller jobs. Where's the nail? This there, a bit hard to see with the focus. Yep. And there's the hole there. Alright, so that is the finishing or brad nailer. Now just release the air. To remove the nails, the proper way with this gun is just the lever on the bottom again. Pull that, and you can remove the nails that you're using and close the slide back up. The last gun with the kit anyway is the staple gun. So very small. Loading wise is the trigger in the back of the handle here. Hang on, it's very poor angle. You pull that latch, which releases the bottom part there, and then the slide comes down. Choose the nail size that you wish to use, push it in the front, and then you slide the clip back up. I'll pull the trigger back so you can close it. Now the other trigger guard on this particular gun is an extra lever here. You simply have to pull that back first before you'll be able to compress the trigger. If you don't, it will stop you there. To remove the nails, simply pull the trigger down. Now it is spring loaded, so just be careful with that, and you can remove the unwanted staples. Right, I won't worry about firing that one because the same action is as the finishing nailer. So that's the 3 guns. That's part of the Ryobi Airwave nailing kit. Hope that's helped you out in how to operate the 3 guns. Just other tips and things to remember when you're using the guns is nails are really only there to hold the material while the glue has dried. It's going to hold the wood together. So don't forget to glue things up because that's really where the strength comes from. Maybe not so much with the framing gun because they're pretty good, but just think about the application that you're using them for. If there's any other questions, please let me know. Other than that, I hope that it's helped you out and happy working. Catch you later.